know in the United States, 2.8 billion pounds of chocolate is consumed annually? Whether you're a fan of classic flavors or adventurous tastes, Kilwins has something for everyone. With their wide range of products, you can find the perfect chocolate for any occasion, from a sweet treat to a luxurious gift. I'm Jeremiah Brown.
And I'm Chris Benson. Guess what? You don't have to travel too far north to find these delicious chocolates that Jeremiah was just describing. We have them not too far from our studio, actually, here. They're in Plymouth, Michigan. Welcome to Celebrate Michigan, the show produced on the campus of Medina University. Today we have Krista Diamond with us, the owner of Kilwins of Plymouth. Krista, we're so glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for joining us. How did Kilwins, first get started, and how did you first get involved with the company?
Kilwins was first started in Petoskey, Michigan, and it started with Don and Katie Kilwin, and they had a pastry shop with a chocolate enrober, and they began making chocolate there in 1947.
Oh, wow.
I became involved with Kilwins first when I was in college. I grew up in Northville, Michigan, and then I went to college at an art school in Sarasota, Florida, the Ringling School of Art and Design. And I worked at the Kilwins in Sarasota, which was on St. Armand's Circle.
And so they're a franchise. They're
Yes.
not just, I always thought, they're just, I'm local, and so I thought, oh, they're just in my little Plymouth, Michigan there, but they're all across the United States.
They're all across the United States. It's only as far west as Texas right now, but they're branching out more, so they might move into the West Coast.
So what made you decide that, you wanted to be a part of Kilwins and to have your own location?
When I was growing up, my parents owned a mortgage software business, and owning your own business was just what you did in my household. So I always assumed that I would grow up and start my own business of some kind. And then after I graduated from college and I worked at Kilwins then, I moved back home. I did a year of AmeriCorps, and I was really unsure of where to go next. My parents had just sold their business, and my mom and I were just kind of looking around, seeing what we would do next. And we went into a Kilwins up north, and we're like, well, we could probably open one of these. And we started talking about it a whole lot, and then my uncle drove by the location where we are and saw that it was up for rent and called me and said, you got to get over there. This is the spot where we got to put it right now.
And the location, is in downtown Plymouth, very close to Kellogg Park. It's a really, popular area with so many, fun events like the Ice Festival. We were just talking about Art in the Park in July. So what's it like kind of being in the community, and what do you love most about it?
People who live in Plymouth are really very localized to their community. They're faithful to their community. They shop locally a lot.
Have you had a lot of regular customers for several years now?
Yes, for years and years since we've opened. I've watched kids grow up from our local customers.
I imagine owning Kilwins, it sounds like it's wonderful because there's the customers, so I imagine that's a joy of it. Is it always joyful being a small business owner? Are there some challenges as well?
There's definitely some challenges. I have to be very committed to my job, which is challenging for me. I have 4 kids who I also homeschool, so it's hard to find balance sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And being in downtown Plymouth, you said you're part of the Chamber of Commerce as well. How would you describe kind of the camaraderie that exists in downtown Plymouth among all the fellow small business owners?
Downtown Plymouth is like a town where everyone knows each other. So, I know where I can go if I to get what I need. Our accountant's right across the street. It's all very localized.
And I feel like it's just your store. I have been in your store. I have frequented the store for many occasions. And I'm going to get to try something here in just a minute from the store, which makes me really excited. But I think it's the whole experience. And I know you've got little tables in there where you can come and sit down. I could have some of this caramel right now and chat. So tell me about the experience of walking into the store. What's it like as I enjoy this? So I can take myself there. I was wishing we could take the show there, but we didn't. But what's the experience like of coming into the store? Yeah.
It's an experience where you can relax and you feel like you're on vacation. For me, when I walk into work, if they're making waffle cones already and I can smell it from across the street, I take that in and I'm like, oh, it feels like I'm on vacation already.
All right, I'm trying it. I'm going to feel like I'm there in downtown Plymouth with this. Oh my gosh. This is super fresh too. I know the camera can't wait to get us eating this. Okay, it's good.
It was very good.
Now we have to ask you a question while we're both chomping on these delicious
We make
caramels.
the caramel in our store.
Thanks for saving
I
us.
forgot to bring a caramel apple, but we have those too. It's the
my
same
gosh.
caramel.
JD and I are
Speaking
now
of
trying to
caramel
recover.
apples, obviously, you have a lot of specials with the different seasons and stuff. So kind of like, what do you like to talk about, the different menu items that you have throughout the year for each season?
Sure. For Easter, which is coming up right now, we have a whole wide array of Easter bunnies. We also have just the ears and the tails, which is a really cute thing to buy to add to an Easter basket.
I have to stop you. I absolutely love that. And I feel like, is that something very recent? Because I've just seen those kind of things advertised, or have you had those for a while?
Like 3 or 4 years.
Because
It's relatively recent.
I feel like that, I always go for the ears first, and I love
Yeah,
that you
it was like, what's it called? The ad says spares for what they'll eat first.
Oh, absolutely, because I'm going for the ears, and then I feel so bad for that rabbit. 'Cause, there's nothing left. But I love that it sounds like you do products that really adapt to kind of new, exciting things and new trends as well.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a lot of big changes in what your products are from when you started Kilwins back in 2009, correct? And then from now?
I would say the biggest change would be the look of our products. We had a very old-fashioned, it was like a gold scrolling font and burgundy boxes when we first opened, and they have entirely rebranded. It's much more modern now.
It's a very clean look, I have to say. We've got a couple of them out here, and I love it. It's simple but very elegant. Like, I would love to give that as a gift.
Yeah, even our shipping boxes look like that too. So it'd
Wonderful.
be exciting to see on your doorstep.
I wish someone would put this on my doorstep.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to take a quick break. We'll be right back here to Celebrate Michigan to hear more from Krista Diamond.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Maria, so how's work?
It was 4th period biology. Our students just weren't getting how easily viruses spread. So Miss Bell and I had them role play a zombie virus outbreak. By the time they had all learned the lesson, all the living were dead. Hey, how's your job going?
That big sales meeting I planned? Next year, I might get to go.
Cool.
So my uncle calls and he says he's dizzy and he's losing his balance. I'm like, Unc, you want me to take you to a doctor? He's like, no, I'm gonna look up the symptoms. I said, your symptoms are you're dizzy and you're losing your balance. So he said, I can't get on the internet because my arm is numb. I said, well, use your good arm and dial 911. Stroke's no joke. If you or someone you love is showing symptoms of stroke, don't wait because it might be too late. Dial 911. Time lost is brain lost.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those hands.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm your host, Chris Benson. Today we are talking with Krista Diamond, the owner of Kilwins in Plymouth. JD and I finally got the caramel. We're done with the caramel now. It was delicious.
It was really
that might be my favorite thing, but I haven't tried everything else yet. Krista, I imagine it's hard for me to ask you, like, what's your favorite product there? But do you have a favorite?
I would say my favorite ice cream is the sea salt caramel.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite fudge there too, I would say. And then my favorite chocolate item would be the almond toffee crunch.
Oh, what is it about the are the almond toffee crunches? See, the caramel's still there. Are they individual pieces, or is it like a brick?
It's a brick that you break up, kind of like a bark. And we also have bars, which I brought one of them.
Ooh. I'll have to look at that soon.
I know.
And you mentioned that you've had many regular customers for a very long time in Plymouth. What are some of the most popular items that you're seeing?
Oh, yeah.
Our most popular ice cream is the sea salt caramel. The number 2, the most talked about one, I would say, is the toasted coconut.
Oh,
Yeah.
and so you have, it's funny because I knew you had ice cream because, of course, I have purchased ice cream there multiple times, but definitely during the Plymouth Art Fair. So you have all kinds of different ice creams, all kinds of different flavors,
We
sundaes?
have 32 flavors, and we have sundaes too, yes.
Okay. And cones, all that kind of, so like I can do all
Yep,
the things
yep,
there?
we make our own waffle cones in the store, and we also have some seasonal flavors too. For the summer, we have the All-American 2-berry pie. That one's really good. It's blueberry and raspberry.
Oh, nice.
And pie crust.
I love the smell of waffle cones being made. That, like, you
Me
open the
too.
store and it just kind of hits you, and I was like, yes, this is why I'm here.
For you, what sets Kilwins apart from other shops that people can get ice cream and chocolate?
Well, it's kind of I would say a higher grade ice cream. Ours has a higher dairy to ice ratio, so it doesn't melt as quickly as something from, say, Dairy King down the street would. And the heavier cream gives it a nicer taste.
I know you said before that Kilwins has several options that are friendly to people with gluten sensitivities and different allergies. Can you talk about the different products you have for people with those needs?
Most of our products are gluten-free. We always have all the nutritional information is available for every customer that needs to see it. We do have some vegan options. We have 2 sorbettos and a few dark chocolates that are vegan friendly, and but everything is always made on a shared surface.
Can you talk a bit about the making of chocolate or fudge? Or I know you brought fudge and everything. I think that's another, I'm so nostalgic. I think that there's lots of different places in Michigan that do this. I know Kilwins does it right there in the store too. So talk about the process to make some of the products.
Our fudge is Mackinac Island style fudge. So we cook it in a giant copper kettle to about 230 degrees, and then we pour it onto our marble slab table. And we wait for it to cool to 100 degrees, and then it's paddled for about 20 minutes. The paddling it is what makes it so nice and smooth. When you are stirring fudge or paddling it as it cools, it keeps the sugar from recrystallizing back into granules and gives you that nice smooth taste.
And how long does it take to make? I don't ask me how long it takes to eat it, because it's probably a lot less time than it takes you to make it. So how long does it take you to make like this box of fudge, let's say?
Each batch of fudge takes about 45 minutes from start to finish.
Oh. And I love that, again, talk about nostalgia. And, I could go to a grocery store and just buy some chocolate, but
so good.
when I go to a store like Kilwins and I actually see it being made, or I see, I
Right,
get to
you're
smell
getting
it.
the experience.
It's such a different experience. Do you make
Would you like
most?
to do the honors?
Oh, I'll take one if you cut. When you have products in the store, do you make most of them at the store, or do they come from other places?
We try to make as much as we can in the store.
Okay.
The rest comes from Kilwins Corporate.
Oh, which is in, I think, Petoskey.
In
I saw on
Petoskey,
your
yes.
site. Which I have to say, your website's got so much good information on it. I noticed that the Kilwins stores, they had kind of a comparison there. You do so much better than many other local stores that are just ice cream or, candy. Like,
Oh, okay.
it was incredible to see how the Kilwin stores across the United States seem to have, they're much more popular. What do you attribute that to? Like, what do you think is the reason that it's such a popular place?
I'm not sure, because there are a lot of people who grew up in Michigan their whole lives and have never heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had friends who came to work for me, and it's like, I've never heard of Kilwins before. It's like, well,
how is that
I
possible?
always had, yeah.
See, I know it very well, so. Oh, JD's digging in.
This one is a sea salt caramel.
Oh, that's your favorite,
Yes.
and you're sharing it.
Yes.
Oh, it's good that you're sharing. I appreciate
of course.
that. What do you think when children come into the store? What's their reaction?
Just like general amazement and,
Like how
you
I'm
know,
feeling right
what
now
can I
with
try
this.
first? And yeah.
No matter what age the children are, right? When
Yeah,
they come in the store.
exactly.
They love just kind of the experience of it.
Yes.
And
yeah.
you know, I've been to the store, but would you describe what it looks like on the inside for people who maybe haven't been there?
Sure. We have hardwood floors. We have all the original brick is exposed. Our building is very old. It's from 1889, I believe. And when we moved in, it was all drywall, the whole store.
Oh, gosh.
And we ripped it all off.
Oh.
And so we have this beautiful red exposed brick everywhere with big, huge front windows with a marble slab table. And then we just have a couple of high tops to stand at now.
Yeah.
And then the ice cream freezer and counter.
I think that's what I love about being there is that I can get something, I can stand there, I can enjoy, you know, if I've got some friends around, I can just kind of appreciate the ambiance of the store and the downtown area. Just adds to the experience.
And I'm definitely going to have to go back there someday for more of this. Unfortunately, it's time to go to another break, but stay tuned because when we come back, we will talk about all the sweet treats Kilwins has to offer, like this.
I'm about to dig in.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. But so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Sounds like you could use some Van Gogurt. It's fortified with arch-rich nutrients to improve your math and reading skills. Catch!
Van Gogurt, thanks. So what's the deal with your ear?
Always with the ear, huh?
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit AmericansForTheArts.org.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me. Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
I want to see the world.
When you pick up a book,
I used to read every night to all the younger kids.
And let your imagination break free, you won't believe how much fun it can be.
Let down your helmet!
Experience a world of adventure, excitement, and endless possibilities. Get tangled up in a good book. Explore new worlds. Read. Visit read.gov today.
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. We're going to hear more from Krista Diamond and learn all about the treats that Kilwins has. So on your website, you know, there's so many options and there's so many, like really, you know, big varieties that people can put in their own kind of gift boxes and gift sets. So how should someone, you know, maybe go about ordering and maybe deciding about all the different treats that they can include in there?
Well, if they're more comfortable on the website, should call me because if you order from the website, it just comes from Kilwin's corporate franchise. It comes from Petoskey, not from our store. You can call us or email us, and I can always help you. And our prices are usually about the same that they are online. And then we can you can set up one with all your favorites. You can do a preloaded gift box. They have a few available. I think one of them is called the Grand Taste of Kilwins. Those are all really good choices.
And if I was like, let's say I'm tooling down, Main Street there, and I remember, oh my gosh, I have a party, I'm on the way, and I want to get a gift for someone. Do you have ready-made things in the store where I can pick up something on the way?
We have few. Our chocolate assortments, we have some of those pre-made. Okay. We put them together in our store, so they're very fresh. That's a nice, easy grab-and-go gift. Or if you have a party that you're going to, where you need to bring a hostess gift or something to set out on the table. We always have our fudge is buy two, get one free. Oh. And it comes in the 3-pack is this box right there. Okay. That's not what's in there right now. Okay. But it's always nice and easy. If you don't have something to bring to a potluck, set that out. You don't have to do any work.
What are the different, chocolates that usually come in a varietal pack or a gift set?
We have our family assortment. And that has all of our top sellers. It has some creams, some clusters, a few Tuttles.
So it's okay if I take a bite and put it back. No, I was kidding. 'Cause that's the joke, right? Is that you get a assortment and then you're like, oh, I don't want this. At least that's how it happens in my family, right? I have a feeling with Kilwins, not many people put it back. I have a feeling.
No, probably just eat the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and I know we have a box here, and I've been hoping that we could open it.
Of course.
Okay, go ahead. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about what we are looking at here, because
camera here
there
to get a
are
nice
some
look at.
amazing items in there. So what are these?
So I tried to grab a lot of really good stuff. This one right here is our turtle pretzel rod.
Okay.
It's dunked in caramel and then coated with pecans and drizzled with milk chocolate.
Oh, that looks good.
We make those in our store. I'll do the ones we make in store first. This is our sea salt caramel Oreo. It's milk chocolate, just as I described, has caramel and sea salt and milk chocolate. And this is our caramel Oreo, which is dunked in caramel and then half dunked in milk chocolate. This is our milk chocolate Oreo, which is dunked in milk chocolate and then drizzled with milk chocolate.
Oh, and I'm going to pick that up just a little, because I'm getting closer because I'm trying to decide which one I'm grabbing.
Okay. And then down here is our dark chocolate sprinkled pretzel. Can I turn it so we can see the sprinkles?
Of course.
Sure. Oh, it's adorable.
Yeah. And then we have our dark chocolate coconut cluster. We make those too. And then the rest of the items, I think I grabbed 2 coconut clusters.
Oh.
Are made at Kilwin's corporate in Petoskey. So this is our milk chocolate caramel, our raspberry truffle, that's my favorite truffle, our pecan tuttle, our dark chocolate truffle, and these are milk and dark cherry cordials.
Oh my gosh, the fact that they're like your children, like each and every one, and you make them. And so I just love the assortment, and a pretty box too.
And this one's our almond toffee crunch.
Oh, that's the one.
And our crew right now is looking very envious
of us right now. I was going to say, they're really like, oh. So let me ask, if I come into the store and I'm like, you know what, I want to take a gift, do you have these just there where I can just pick and make my own box?
Yeah,
any
you
kind
can
of
come
assortment?
up to the chocolate case and we'll help you build an assortment. Even if you don't know what you want, if you know the person you're gifting, whether or not they like milk or dark chocolate, we can recommend a lot, whether or not peanut butter or caramel is their favorite. We can really point you in the right direction. Even if someone just comes in, this is how much I want to spend and I want to get a gift. All right, I can help you.
Do you remind me, do you have caramel corn in your?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes, we make our own caramel corn and peanut brittle.
Okay, because I also am a fan of that as well, so just a note.
No, I walked out and I was like, I should have grabbed that too. I could have grabbed everything.
It's okay. These are all great.
Like I said, we can go back after.
I know.
Exactly.
I know.
It gives you guys more reason to come out.
What do you think the future is for Kilwins?
Well, as a family-owned business, I hope that my children want to take it over someday.
Yay.
And as a small business owner, what's something that you've learned over all these years of owning Kilwins?
That I'm in the right field, I would say. there are people who hate their jobs and never want to go, and then there's people who, on their way to work, they can't wait to get there. I'm the second.
Did you ever expect to be doing what you do right now?
No, my whole life has been a contradiction of stuff I said I'd never do.
And as you think, I love that you're asking this, because I think there's a lot of people watching who are probably like, gosh, I'm thinking maybe I might want to start my own business. And you said that too, you come from a family of people who start their own business. What advice in the last minute that we have would you say to people who are like, gosh, I don't know if I've got what Krista's got to do this? What would you say?
I would say it's really nice to have both elements in your household. Because my husband has a regular job with nice insurance, and it's stable and steady. And I would love owning my own business, but it's up and down sometimes. So it's really nice to have both elements in the household.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we have certainly enjoyed you coming and sharing your talented wonders with us today, Krista.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we can't believe the time has come for the show to end, but it has. We thank you so much to you, our viewers, for joining us on another great episode of Celebrate Michigan, where we celebrate all the things happening in the Mitten State.
See you next time.